Alright, let's do this. So hello there everybody, welcome back for another week of Wargames tutorial. First with your host, your favorite from TMS. This is the unofficial questions and answers, FAQ, and something along those lines, whatever. Weekly news, and all that shenanigans. And also a weekly community wargame. And before, just a second, gonna turn off the goddamn lights. Aha! No darkness is gonna hold me back this week. Aha! Right. And we don't have that many news this week, but we got some big ones, I suppose. And let's start with the big one on the elephant in the room. And that would be Update 27. Unfortunately, it is not out today. It wasn't out yesterday. But it might be out in a few days. Because little bird into my ear told me that they were trying to get the update to get out before this wargame. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But that just means it is just around the corner. All the uplinks have been added and tested in all the zones. With excluding hell, of course. Apparently Kim has made some special arrangements, whatever that means, and wrapped up the new zone. And basically the only thing they have left is to fix an issue where the CTRs are dropping suppressors for whatever reason. And basically, maybe that is the... Oh, fucking hell. Let's see, 2102. I could have remembered that later. I'm trying to figure out what is dropping... What is causing that damn thingy. But yeah. So, Update 27 is literally around the corner. It is unfortunate it didn't get up today, but hey, news at the very least. And I had something else. Oh yeah, the Xmas Mayhem is now out too. So if you wanna enjoy damn Christmas game mode with the broken thingy, I mean it's still bugged. But to clarify people what the bug is that if you join in the middle of a match for the Xmas Mayhem, there are gift boxes around that you're supposed to pick up to gain the Tim power up. However, the problem is that when you join in the middle of the game, all the gift boxes shine like a beacon, like Astronomicon, to help you out all that stuff. But if you're there when the match starts, you won't have that issue. If you have that issue, you just gotta try to find the box by listening to the Arnold. Yes. Hello, Godly, you just missed a couple things that I can summarize. Update 27 is out. Xmas Mayhem is out. Sorry, Update 27 is not out yet. It is literally around the corner. Like, it was supposed to they were aiming to have it out today, but it didn't happen. So, it's so close. We are so close to the Update 27. Anyway, back to the bug on the Mayhem. So that's basically it. If you join in the middle of the match, the boxes are shining like a blinding beacon at you when you look at them. Which is fixed by, you know, if you just wait for the round to end and the next one to start, it is fixed for you. It only happens when you join in the mid-game. But it's out. So Xmas Mayhem is out for everybody to try out. Once again, it's that time of the year. And our long-lost community manager, now an honorary member, Bozar, has made his return to the world of the Interstellar Marines. And he is planning... Yesterday, there was a classic community gathering. If you missed that, well, there's a video on my channel if you want to check it out. And Bozar hasn't said any dates yet, but he's planning to do a weekly community gathering. The classic ones, and there were a lot of people. We managed to pull, yeah, there was just a surprising amount of people in there. So Bozar has the charm to pull those people in. So look forward for... Hello? So if you're looking for the more classic community stuff, it is happening. I'll get to you guys when I know more information about that. But so far, I guess you could join this, the Interstellar Marines. There's a Steam group for the community that Bozar is. It's just I suppose the official community, whatever. But I think Bozar is basically using that one. More information when I get some. That's all I know for now. And I think that's so far all that I remember. Yeah, that's pretty much the news for this week. So, hope you guys enjoy the news. And now back to the regular Wargame stuff. Oh, it really sucks. The update 27 didn't make it out. But oh well. Someday. Someday. Real soon. Hopefully tomorrow or day or after. Well, the ball is in the on Hicks's corner now. To release it, the pressure is on. And without further ado, let's get back to the gaming. Let's see. Joe Stuck is playing. Okay, that's good, because he was talking some stuff that he might be just watching this time, which I would never accept such a thing. Oh snap. Well then. While the Wicked shows up. And now I'm stuck in here. Let's see, I think this is the closest one. Huh, there was some other community related stuff that I was supposed to say. Oh yeah, now that I remember, there is a giveaway made by Gamigal, and I'll put the links down in the description so you can find the information. But basically Gamigal is having a giveaway event where he's giving out 9 copies of the game for anyone who basically just enters a specific message to his YouTube video, which is, I believe, enter giveaway or something like that. Ah, damn it. Speaking of it, Joe. Well, there you go. The devil himself showed up. I believe, let's see, it's 21st now. What was the date for the, well, what was the date when the giveaway ends? No, don't worry, Gaming Girl, I can see, I can see your messages, but, yeah, Nightbot likes to delete the links. Nope. I believe it was 29th or 26th, maybe? I can't remember, to be honest. Alright, now I'll just wait here to be teleported. Actually, let me just get that gun over there.
Access to operations initiated.
Speaking of the devil, gee, why are you not playing on the game? You're online. Get your filthy ass over here. Play the game. God! What the fuck are you doing in the chat? Ow. Ow. Oh. What? You didn't get there in time? What are you on about? The game is still going. God. So the giveaway ends at 27th or 28th. I can't remember what was your information on your video, but I'll link it. The link is on down in the description for anyone who's interested of entering that giveaway. Well, you just missed the news, so you're lost, baby. Alright, Joe. I can smell your feet. I mean, I can smell your fear. Come at me. My round blum ass is ready for ya. Oh, hello. That is a FBW that just jumped down. I recognize those curvy shapes. Indeed, it was a power monger. The question is, where is his friend? Where is it? Oh, well, it's gone. Where's your friend? I can still... Oh, hello. Nope, that's not him. Ah, come on, man. Making me repeat for the third time. Well, I'll give you a super quick version of it. Update 27 is almost out. It's around the corner. 1 or 2 days away, maybe. It was supposed to be out today. It failed. But who knows? We're literally... it can come out any time now. Fucking Xmas Mayhem mode is out. Yeah! Bozar is having a seizure. No, he's having a community gathering. Yeah, sometime. I don't know. No information on that yet. You have a giveaway. Yeah, that's the news for this week. Okay, everybody got it? Do I still need to repeat that? I think the update 27 has like one bug that they are trying to figure out. That is, where the fuck do I go anyway? I don't want to camp here. I don't know where the next box is. Yeah! Fine, I'll go mountains. Joe is clearly not here anymore, so meh. Meh. Oh, and FBW is also streaming, so if you're interested of seeing his point of view, twitch.tv/FBW PowerMonger. Running out of batteries at the... And I believe Joe might be also streaming, but I can't remember his Twitch. Maybe it was Joe Stuck, twitch.tv/Joe Stuck, or it was something else. I don't know. It could have been his real name or something like that. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, you got the news, gaming. Get your filthy ass over here. You got it all. Chop, get in here. Get your stream up, get it running. I believe his stream is on Gaming Live on YouTube. So... I think it might be easier to just look for... is it even possible to search for live streams on the YouTube? Maybe, maybe not. By the game. Let's see, the next announcement, or the first announcement, is happening in... either 2 minutes or 1 minute. Well, YouTube and YouTube gaming, are they basically the same thing? There's just a difference. It's just the look of the site is just different, from what I can tell. There's no real difference between the two. I mean, when you're streaming on one, you're streaming on both. It's just a different header, as far as I know. Let's see if we got 500 points on the rock. On the Lion King rock, as I like to call it. And... I can't see. But it doesn't seem like there is any. Yep, there's none. Well, wasted effort. Well then, Canyon is quite far away. Operations it is. Boop. Oh yeah, and last week a fellow on the YouTube comment section asked what are the boxes that that were marked and all that shenanigans. Well, to answer your question, as you could see, is that once you have activated all 3 of them, you'll gain no entrance to operations, and then I fell through the map. Unfortunately, from what I hear, that bug is still not fixed. So who knows? Hopefully it's been reduced from what it was, but apparently the fix didn't work. At least that's what the ITO testers have been saying. Which is unfortunate, but meh. Attempt number 2. I can show you the bum. And lately there's been a lot of discussion whatever what the game is all about. Like, oh. Well, that's so much for the sneaky beaky like. I can smell the Joe. Son of a bitch! I knew it! I knew it! I smelled him, I sensed it, I felt him, and then... Son of a... So yeah, a lot of people are basically saying that the game is orientated to PvP only. And that they are trying to compete with something like other Battle Royale games such as... whatever, DayZ, PUBG, I suppose. Survival Battle Royale games. And they seem to be failing the fact that all of these features that are in the game are literally shared with all of the stuff. If there's any change on the character, there is also change on the, like, if you change the running speed here, that running speed is also changed for all the other modes. What people don't realize is that they are just simply have very narrow point of view. They don't realize that when they see, oh, there's a new feature added, but for instance, let's say this SMG was just added. When you look at the changelog, it says SMG was added to the Wargames. And without any consideration, the first thing they come into their mind is that, oh, they are catering for the multiplayer. They are doing the Battle Royale. No, the SMG is simply added to the game mode that has the highest amount of player and the people who play the longest, and etc. They are testing that gun, quite literally. And when that gun is properly tested, and they have use for it, in, like, if they figure out a way to properly implement it to the co-op and stuff like that, it will happen. Just because the feature is added to something first doesn't mean it is focusing on that specific game mode. The thing with the what do you call it, Wargames, is that they don't have to worry about whether something makes sense or whether if it makes the gameplay more fun or not. You can add any feature into this game mode, and it, you know, you can do that. You can't just add something to co-op and expect it to work. Because you need to think the co-op mission as, how would I say it, like, maybe I should try to use a different analogy.
Drop crate. ETA 60 seconds.
Well, let's say a co-op mission is designed to have a pistol only. But you just found a SMG. SMG was just added to the game, and that co-op mission doesn't have SMG. People get mad about that. Okay, looks like he fell off the map and died inside it. Oh, no. Can I possibly get close enough to pick that up? Nope. So yeah, all of the features that are in the game, pretty much every single feature in the war game is in the introduction mission right now. Just to put it out there in a context. They are not in exactly the same shape, but majority are in the exact same shape and form, while others are in a different form but exactly the same feature. Such as the objective markers. We have them for the supply crates, etc. But in the other game mode, they are just, you know, used for actual objectives. So, how is the game that is literally adding the feature that is required for the entire game, if they just simply added the war games first, how does that make the game PvP orientated? It does not. People are simply narrow-minded. They don't think these things. And that is what needs to be understood, is that when you see a feature, understand that it will be added to everything across the board. It is needed for the game. It's not something that is war games only. It is something that is for everything. They are not picky like, oh, let's just make a battle royale. No, they can't compete with the other battle royale games. They are not trying to. They are simply adding features that are literally required for the core game. Every single feature currently in this game. The only thing here is that, you know, really isn't on the co-op, is the maps themselves. But all the assets that you see can literally be taken for the co-op. So, to put more context, so you have a game mode that you can add literally every single feature that is needed for the thing. You can just keep on focusing on the feature itself. You don't have to worry about, let's say you come up with a new feature and you can use it for a co-op. Great, you can make a co-op mission that is completely catered around this one new feature. Now, you know, you have to worry about whether the feature works or not. Cool. But next thing you need to do, you need to figure out is this co-op mission actually fun to play? Now, you get extra work because you need to create an enjoyable level for people to play with. See the thing here? If you just add it to the war games, it's just, okay, we're testing it, we can focus directly on the feature itself. We don't need to worry about whatever it makes the map fun or less fun. We can just focus on the feature itself. And that is why they are quite literally using a sandbox to test out these features. That's what Wargames is. It's a sandbox to test everything. Yep, somebody just tried to snipe me. And now the question is how to get those points up there without killing myself. I don't think I can just climb here. Yeah. So, more to the point to emphasize about the whole feature, adding a feature to sandbox versus co-op. I said this in like a few weeks ago, I believe, that, you know, rather than creating a half-ass co-op, rather than creating a half-ass co-op mission that is limited to the features you currently have, they are simply focusing on creating the features that they need to make a more feature-rich co-op experience. Everybody wants to play well-made, well-thought-out a mission that uses a lot of features. Like, cool, they could make, I don't know. We all want that. But if they were to create a co-op mission every time they come up with a feature, they basically, they need to make the mission around that feature, begin with. So that you're adding extra time. Like, that is a time you could be using to do all of the like other features that can also be used then to make a better, bigger co-op mission. And that is why they are literally dumped into this sandbox, because they don't need to worry about the whole gameplay aspect of the whatever it flows with the co-op level, whatever the co-op it is what do you call it, enjoyable, whatever it makes sense, or whatever it, you know, so it's not just a test mission for that one specific feature. Well, Maven, to answer your question, no, but oh, hold on a second, I'm going the wrong way. But the thing is, you have a limited set of features right now that they really don't make that much of a, they don't make any special or different kind of co-op mission than what the stuff that are currently in the game. They don't have the features to make interesting co-op missions. Like, I would use Legos as a well, how would I? Okay, imagine a Lego brick, 2x2 Lego brick. You have a whole bunch of, you just have those things. You can use those bricks to make a set. You can keep making sets with those bricks. Sure, you can do that. But there's gonna be a little variety, because all the bricks look the same. You can just change the way they are arranged and make it look interesting. However, if you had multiple different pieces, you can make much more interesting looking set. Like, you could use these boxes literally to make a mission, like operations, for example. It's just boxes everywhere. Now, if you look around, but sure, we have containers and boxes, cool. But when we add stairs and rocks and all this shit, we get much better looking co-op. But these are just assets that are placed to make a level. So you can keep on making levels, but if you only have revive and shoot your gun and reload, every mission is gonna be kill, reload, revive, basically. Do you understand the analogic that I'm trying to make here? There's nothing special, like it's just the same thing in a different environment. And that is why they are focusing on making the features so they can do different types of co-op missions, because they don't currently have those features. Whoa! And that is why I'm having this argument right now. Lonely just died by the dam to a CTR. However, the problem right now is that, let's say we have a new brick, basically. We have a new Lego brick, so that brings us a total of 2 Lego bricks. However, that brick is currently only available in a different set, basically. And people think that's how it's always gonna be. They don't realize that it's currently just being tested on that new set before adding to the toy box where all the other pieces are. That's what people don't see. It is the same.
Alert. Wetlands. Drop crate. ETA 60 seconds.
Hello, Tombird. So, when people see a new Lego brick and it's added to the test sandbox and not in the toy box, that's the problem. That's the problem here. People don't see that it's just temporarily in the sandbox instead of the toy box. They only think it's gonna stay in the sandbox. They don't see that it's actually something that will be in a toy box when the time is right. So, yeah, that a random ass rant, I hope it makes sense, but yeah. But as I have said, if you look at the Trello, you can see that there is a co-op related thing that will be coming up shortly that has nothing to do. It's basically, without spoiling too much, it is a rework of a co-op mission to make it bigger. Well, I won't say bigger, but better, using all the new things that are. Oh, almost. All the new things. Oh, that definitely looked like a player. Nope. Oh! It was looking right at me. Well, I missed the announcement. But to go on with my point is that they're gonna remake a mission with all the new features that are currently in and will be in. Hello, Joe. Oh, come on, Joe. Joe, even in death, you still deny me. God damn it, man. Oh, so close. Got it. So, shit, what am I gonna say? God damn it, sorry. Let me gather my thoughts, trying to think of what was I talking about. Something dark side. I was just about to wrap the whole thing to... Oh yeah, the co-op mission. So, all the new features that exist and new stuff. Well, mostly voice acting. But, basically, they are gonna make it more story-driven mission. With all the new things that have been in the Wargames. Basically, it is time... They are bringing all the stuff, all the new stuff that are in a toy box and using them to make existing things better. Maybe they will redo the mission entirely, I don't know, but yeah. Point still stands. Just to give a perfect example of how these things that are in the sandbox are now being brought into the toy box. The toy box being the entire game. Yeah. Yeah. But unfortunately, no matter how many times I try to explain this to people that this is how ZBS does it, they don't fucking care. Don't believe it. Nope. Nobody bothers to even give a 5 seconds of thought. Like, wait, okay, so you have this new feature, and this is the way it works. No, it can't be used for anything else. No, it must be this one thing. Nope, this is PvP orientated. Fuck this. Nope. Scam. Bye. That's basically people's thought process. It's not... Basically, they want green color, but they are testing if the orange looks green enough. No, that doesn't... That makes even less sense. They want a new color, but it was put in a different paper. It was put to the wrong size paper. It wasn't the one that... It wasn't the paper they wanted it on. Therefore, it's a scam. They are focusing on the wrong paper. The longer I go with this rant, the less it starts to make sense. Whatever. Enough with the rant, on with the show. I have missed all the announcements. Well then, that was more or less perfect timing, I suppose. But I suppose I know I should stop, but I'm still gonna go on with the thing to top it all up. Is that just because you see something in Wargames doesn't mean it's not gonna be in co-op. It's quite the opposite. If you see something in Wargames, it is guaranteed to be on the co-op when the time for the co-op comes. It's not now, it's not tomorrow, but it's sometime in future when they have enough they have a large enough set to make compelling and fun co-op missions that are not simply just go to point A and point B. If that makes any sense. What the way ZPS does things is that they want to give you the co-op. Basically, the Kim wants to deliver you his vision, but he can't do it. And well, in a sense, he refuses to do it without having it properly presented. Like, he doesn't want to give you these lame-ass co-op missions for the sake of having a co-op mission. He wants to give you the part of the vision. And he can't do that because the features that are required for that vision are not there yet. And basically he and the volunteers are slowly working towards that goal. Okay, Joe, where are you? Oh, the sun is always on my face. Geronimo! Anyone here? Nope. What I do? Let's do this. Mine. So, we all... Well, all these features that are currently in game, while they are in the reason why they are in a multiplayer mode is simple mathematics. The multiplayer has Well, okay, what? Somehow I got him. Okay. The multiplayer simply has a bigger and more active player base, so to say. They are more active, the people who play the multiplayer. Where, like, you could do all this thing in co-op, but majority of the co-op players just... I played a mission once, maybe twice. Then, if it's not already on the highest difficulty, I'll try it on the higher difficulty, and that's it. Maybe 3 times for one mission, that's it. Like, if you... One mission is not gonna keep me satisfied, and I'm not gonna be replaying it. I hate to fight against the bots. And just... Yo... Ah!
System disabled.
Wild power monger appears. So... Yeah. All the features that you currently see in are quite literally, while not accessible right now yet, in the other... Like, let's say the limited ammunition. It is. There's only the introduction mission has the limited ammunition outside the Wargames.
Alert. Industrial. Drop crate. ETA 60
But
seconds.
that is, like, I don't know why is that. Maybe it's because, you know, they haven't figured out, okay, how, if we were to implement the limited like, they would have to, actually, well, for the co-op it's more understandable, I guess, and for the multiplayer, the limited ammo, they would have to do modification to all of the maps to support the feature, which would take time away from all the other stuff. They actually, you know, that is something I have said before, that they should add the limited ammo to all the game modes. You know, do that. You're gonna have to do that at some point anyway. Might as well do it now, because yeah, you're gonna need that at some point anyway. Let's say maybe a box that open, like this ammo crate here. Somebody has picked up the ammo, it stays like that for maybe 30 seconds, then it will close automatically, and you can open it again to get more ammo. I don't know, that's just some idea for the multiplayer. For the co-op, well, the Neurogen incident has the Megalodon, so you could go all the way back to the dropship and get ammo from there, if you don't have from the AI. But basically, while the features are not currently in the other game modes, that doesn't mean they won't be. That's the point. It's just, you know, it's the least amount of work to get the feature done and working when you can just slap it on a sandbox where it doesn't matter. If you were to add it to multiplayer, well, like the ammo, for instance, you would have to create the crates and somehow make it work. Or maybe there would be just... Oh. Well, he did. Ah, damn it. A wild Tom appears. Let's see. Well, Maven, it would make like the basic of that argument is that the feature would be for multiplayer only, and currently there are no features that would be multiplayer only. If I understood your argument correctly. Like the game, what people need to understand is that the game is ground up designed to be a co-op game. And, okay, then I misunderstood. I need to read that properly. But before I do that, the game is ground up designed to be a co-op game. And when you, oh hello. When you get to the basics of it, co-op is simply a multiplayer game type. Where it is dictated by the teams. There's a player here. It is simple. Co-op is... Oh, hello. Like, the most basic co-op you can get is simply two teams. Players versus the AI. That is co-op. It's a multiplayer game type where it simply pits the players in the same team to fight against the AI. And that is basically the principle of this game. Like, rather... Damn it. So, the game is designed from the get-go to be a co-op game. Not just a single-player game. A co-op, specifically. A 4-man co-op. So... They are more or less cutting corners by making it the multiplayer only. Well, multiplayer. As a... Shit. Now I'm just doing it wrong. Hold on, where did this David Copperfield go? Hello. So, as I explained, co-op is a multiplayer game mode. No matter how you try to switch it around, that co-op is not multiplayer. It is simply not true. It is literally a game type. That's all it is. And that is why they are so much creating on the multiplayer rather than what people would expect. Single player. Oh, more fish just died. There's a lot of bags there. And that is where the misconception for this whole thing begins, because people expect that when they hear word co-op, they expect a single-player campaign that has been adjusted for the multiplayer. Interstellar Marines is it's other way around. It is always a multiplayer, and its primary game mode will be the co-op, and that is the key difference here. Somebody's picking up the points. Looks like it is our friend FBW. Wrong guy. And then Joe strikes again. Damn it! Yeah, so... But... to go on with the explanation that I was trying to say is that the difference between a PvP multiplayer and co-op is literally just changing the game type. To give you an example, co-op game mode has been used for the Wargames before. The Wargames was literally by accidentally launched on a co-op game type. It was nothing but players versus the AI. It was still the same, the only difference was that if you kill a player, you got a team kill. That is co-op. No matter how you try to twist it around. So, co-op is still a multiplayer, and that is why they are so much focusing on quote-unquote multiplayer, because it is what they need. Like, all the things that are in the multiplayer can be directly used for the co-op. And until there are features, like, I understand that some people are worried about multiplayer only features, which is fine, but the game currently doesn't have any. There are no planned features that would be multiplayer only, and that is the important thing that should be remembered. There is no feature that is multiplayer only. The game is not catering for multiplayer. They can't do that because they really need the features they are focusing on features that the entire game needs, not just some random multiplayer mode. Like, sure, team deathmatch and what do you call it? Domination. They have a scoring mode, but remember, those scores can be used for co-op too, just to give an example. Like, a team deathmatch, how would you use, basically, how would you use a deathmatch for a single player environment? Well, a deathmatch is nothing but, it's simply keeping the track how many kills you get when the round starts to when the round ends. If you reach a specific amount of kills, that can end the match early. So you can create event in-game that is simply just killing 25 AI. That's, there's a lot of games that do that. It's those annoying, hold this position for 5 minutes or something like that. Those missions are literally just a death match spun around to get X amount of kills until whatever time runs out or something like that. You need to survive. You can do that. Same goes for using the domination area thing. Hold this area, like defend the area, don't let the enemy hack this location. All it is a counter for you to stand on. That can be used for co-op too. Right now there's not a single feature that can't be used for any other game mode. There's not a single asset that cannot be used for the single player or multiplayer. Well, but I got sidetracked again. So, Interstellar Marines is a multiplayer with the focus on co-op game type. So, normally, when you think of a co-op, it is a single-player campaign made into a multiplayer campaign. Interstellar Marines is the other way around. It is a co-op campaign that will be made to the single-player campaign. Because that's the... Ah, damn it, I missed. The vision of the Interstellar Marines, it's designed to be played with 3 of your friends. It's never something that... It can be played alone, but that's not the goal of the game. Like, Interstellar Marines is specifically focusing on those 4-man classic co-op things that used to exist. Like Rainbow Six, where a small team of people just do whatever. That is the core experience that Interstellar Marines is aiming at, not single player, co-op. That is why you don't see quote-unquote single player content right now, because co-op is a multiplayer game type. And it's ground up to be designed so. I swear I heard another player. Oh, there it is. Joe! So, yeah. As I said, yeah. I don't know how could I, like, what? Why am I so shit at explaining everything? I don't know, man. But I hope everybody gets the idea. It's not in a form that you want just yet, but it will be in that form in future. That is the point I'm trying to make. And this is just one step towards that goal that you want to play. Yeah. Somebody mentioned that none of the tactical stuff, for instance, exists. Ah, no! Damn it, Joe! Joe! Yeah, like he pretty much said he plays Rainbow Six. None of that stuff exists yet. People need to understand that this, what you currently have, is not the final. This is not the game Interstellar Marines will look like when it's done. To use the example, I'd like to use the Minecraft when it first came. The pre-alpha, when I used to play, the demo on the website was plain empty ground. You could place blocks, that's it. The basics. You could place blocks, you could break blocks, you could chat, and that's it. Nothing else. You could jump. That is how Minecraft started. Look at Minecraft now. Rivers, mountains, biomes, all sort of shit. It all started with just place a block, remove a block, jump, and chat. That's how far Minecraft has come. You can sprint, you can do all that. None of that existed at the beginning. That is what Interstellar Marines currently is. It is at the beginning, the basics are there. You can't, like, they could make the tactical stuff, but that's not where you start. You don't make the tactical movement right off the bat. You start by making the character move. And then you improve on that. You tweak it until you get to your goal. But that's not where you start. Rainbow Six started by walking around. That's all it is. It was probably just boxes walking around. They maybe adjusted the walking speed first, etc. I don't know the process, but just to give you an idea. You start with the basic thing, which is just movement. just the ability to move. Then you tweak on that and keep adding the features and tweaking what you have. That is what Interstellar Marines right now is. That's why you don't have those tactical features yet, because you focus on the basics. Get everything in there and then start tweaking them. In what order, it is probably not what you guys want, but in the end, this is not the game that you will have in the future. I've been your favorite Finn, and I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Wargames tutorial Thursday. Until next week, guys. See ya.